And Disney decided to hire the most insufferable girl boss narcissist that exists on Earth, who hates Snow White.
I'm sorry, but I don't really care what happens with this movie. I really hope her career is pretty much over. I'd be thrilled to see
RachelZegler, gone. Just vanished. No warning, no goodbye, no press release. One day, she's the face of Disney's Snow White reboot. The next, she's on a private flight out of the country, hours after her agents receive a $100 million lawsuit. What happened? How did a fairy tale remake spiral into one of the biggest PR disasters in Hollywood history?
As RachelZegler says, her millions of fans will line up no matter what she does to see her.
And why is Disney, yes, Disney, suing the very star they handpicked to lead a billion-dollar revival? Buckle up. This is the full, unbelievable story behind the collapse of Snow White, the downfall of RachelZegler, and the $100 million disaster that nobody saw coming. When RachelZegler was cast as Snow White, the internet exploded. A bold choice. Young, outspoken, a breakout star from West Side Story. Disney wasn't just rebooting a princess, they were rebranding a legacy. The goal? Bring Snow White into the modern age. No more damsel in distress. This Snow White would be fierce, independent, and fearless. And at first, it worked. Rachel was everywhere. Magazine covers, red carpets, talk shows. She was glowing with excitement, talking about how honored she was to carry the torch. But behind the scenes, Disney was betting big. Huge production budget, massive marketing push, and merchandise already lined up. The studio believed it had the next billion-dollar franchise in its hands. They had no idea what was coming. Then, things started to change. During early interviews, Rachel made some surprising comments. She said the original Snow White was weird and scary. She admitted she watched it once as a kid and never again. But it didn't stop there. She criticized the prince's role in the classic story, calling him unnecessary and outdated. Clips of her saying, "This is not 1937 anymore," made their way to TikTok, and they didn't go over well. What was supposed to be empowering started to sound dismissive. Fans didn't hear a fresh take. They heard someone mocking the very thing they loved. And it only got worse. Then came the clip, a casual live stream, Rachel on a sidewalk chatting with fans. Half joking, half serious, she said, "People are going to come see it no matter what. I'm amazing in it." That one line exploded online, stitched into memes, reaction videos, TikTok edits with creepy violin music. Overnight, the public's perception shifted from charming to arrogant.
Dream about being a princess as a woman and meeting a handsome prince, but oh no, these big bad feminists now are telling us that's ridiculous.
Even Jonah Platt, whose father worked on the film, called her out publicly. The PR machine kicked into overdrive, but it was like patching a sinking ship with tape. The more she spoke, the worse it got. Disney started sweating. And fans? They started checking out. During the European press tour, executives begged Rachel to cool it down. Stick to the script. Let the movie do the talking. She didn't listen. Instead, she doubled down. Posted political opinions. Refused to soften her messaging. One Disney executive privately messaged her to please hold off on any activism until after opening weekend. That message got leaked. It was war. Corporate image versus personal brand. Suddenly, Rachel wasn't just Snow White. She was a controversy magnet. The girl boss image Disney had banked on, now a liability. Test screenings started coming in. The feedback? Brutal. Families said the tone felt preachy. Die-hard Disney fans said it lacked the magic. Trailers underperformed, and social media buzz was toxic. Opening weekend? A disaster. The movie came in second place behind a low-budget video game adaptation. A film with pixelated characters wiped the floor with Disney's most famous princess. Internally, spreadsheets told the real story. Rachel's interview.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious.
Reviews had directly affected ticket sales. Executives estimated over $100 million in lost revenue. Entire merchandising lines were being canceled. Fast food chains lowered toy orders. Cruise shows were scrapped. And that's when the lawyers got involved. Disney pulled the nuclear option. A $100 million lawsuit for breach of contract and brand damage was filed against RachelZegler in Los Angeles Superior Court. In Hollywood, that's like lighting a match in a fireworks warehouse. Studios never sue their stars. Talent agencies freaked out. Producers panicked. Everyone knew This wasn't just a PR problem anymore. It was scorched earth. And just like that, Rachel disappeared. The day after the lawsuit ended, airport manifests revealed a late-night international flight. One name on the list, RachelZegler. She vanished without a trace. Days passed, then weeks. No live streams, no posts, no statements. But then, the sightings began. A grainy photo in Dubai. A woman matching her hairstyle at a boutique. A blurry image of someone who might be Rachel at a seaside restaurant. Was she hiding from the lawsuit? Planning a comeback? Seeking legal counsel offshore? Nobody knew. But the mystery only fueled more headlines. Inside Disney, panic turned to damage control. Executives canceled press tours. The board held emergency meetings. A retreat was organized to reevaluate strategy. The verdict? Fewer remakes, more original content, and an ironclad rule: no more social media slip-ups from marquee stars. Meanwhile, quiet settlement talks began. Insiders say Rachel's team and Disney worked out a massive repayment deal. Tens of millions paid over time tied to future projects and royalties. A non-disparagement agreement locked both sides into silence. The public only got one clue: a single photo on Rachel's private account. Her at a cafe, book in hand. Caption? Still learning. Was it defiance? Humility? A soft comeback?
So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years.
Nobody knew. In the end, this wasn't just a movie flop. It was a culture clash between old Hollywood and new values, between personal branding and corporate control. Disney took a risk on a bold new voice and got burned. Rachel tried to modernize a fairy tale and triggered a backlash no one saw coming. But one thing is clear: Hollywood will never treat legacy roles the same way again. Contracts will tighten, vetting will deepen, and stars, they'll think twice before going off script. As for Rachel, the whispers of a comeback are already floating. Indie projects, festival roles, maybe even a memoir. Because in Hollywood, every fall from grace is just one good performance away from a redemption arc. Just ask Snow White. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories just like this. Drop a comment and let us know what you think. We're reading all of them.